Hello, my friends, and welcome. Welcome back to another session with the older man. Today's lesson, ladies and gentlemen, is why do women keep lying to themselves? Yeah, ladies, don't turn it off. Do not turn it off. You have to listen to this. Yeah. So we always have this idea that women are supposed to be the ones we put on pedestals. The more moral, the more beautiful, the more purest of the two genders. But as more and more videos hit the airwaves, as more and more information come out about women, a lot of men are waking up to a stark reality. The juice ain't worth the squeeze, my friends. And that's why a lot of men are walking away in today's environment. Before the internet, men just didn't have a lot of knowledge on women. And women used to be able to hold that mystique. They kept their mouth shut. Men were always sort of kept in the dark. You know, women didn't talk about how many bodies she had accumulated before him. She was always a virgin, or, hey, you're only number 2. It was always that mystique about a woman. She had virtue. She had that thing. And every man would kill himself to get that, literally, right? Then we brought in the internet and we realized, holy crap, man. Women are worse than men.
So they think they could just get away with the privilege of not being accountable because of all the structures that are put into place. One thing you guys mentioned before earlier was about Maury. Think about the concept of Maury. This is why so many women today are incapable of understanding the word accountability when they look at the different structures within our society today. The concept of Maury is she can test 6 to 10 men, but she'll never get booed. Ever.
She gets clapped.
She can come out up on stage and never get booed, but they'll boo all 6 of the guys, even if they were never the father.
You need to be a dad. You need to be a dad.
She's not mine.
You're telling me that I raped you, but if I raped you, then how'd you get?
I'm a guy. No.
Talk about accountability, right? Because the modern woman would prefer to lie than take accountability. So with the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case, she preferred to lie than to be seen. Because I've always said that women have a perception, right, that they want to keep up. They want to be seen a certain way.
Our image.
And so what it is that for women, image is everything. Right. And so with Amber Heard, she didn't want her image to be destroyed. With the women that go on the Maury show, and I'm telling you, they go crazy. He should have been doing this before the DNA test comes out, by the way. They're going crazy because what? They're trying to keep an image, right? The problem is the reason why MTR was talking about, okay, DNA test should be mandatory. The reason why they won't do it is because women's image would be destroyed. Women want an image in this society, and their image is going to be destroyed. So what they would prefer to do is lie, because there are many people, most people, believe that women are quite innocent, believe that they're the ones that are always a victim, right? What will happen is their image will be destroyed and they'll be seen for who they are, and they don't want it.
In the case of 11-month-old Lila, Drew, you are not.
But you know what happens when they do get found out to be lying? They get consoled.
No, they run off.
Oh my God, I got
they run off and scream.
Don't worry. They run up and scream.
I got so many stories about this.
And everyone's like, oh, it's okay. So what it is that there's no accountability. Me and MTR know, right? If a guy does something and it's wrong and it goes tits up, there's an accountability there, right? There's accountability right there. Women get consoled. They get cuddled. They get told that it's okay. Don't worry about it. So then she does what? She goes and does it again. Yeah, because she never learned the lesson. There was no real consequence.
Exactly.
If I
And she's consoled by men and women.
Men and women.
And to help you, don't jump all over her, okay? It's okay, Lila. You okay?
It's bad out there. Before birth control, before all of these things, these modern ways of communicating exist, the only connections a lot of women had between towns or neighbors, 5-6 blocks down, was the postman. I remember a study coming out where they were trying to test for genetic variances. And I can't remember the exact reason, but it was more along the lines that they had to take genetic markers from an entire village. And what they discovered in that village, after taking, blood from a variety of families, they discovered that a lot of the husbands were not the fathers of the kids that they thought they were. And it turned out that Pat, the postman, of course it's not Pat, the postman had actually impregnated a large percentage of the women in that village. And it just goes to show, my friends, this isn't something that has just recently happened where women are more promiscuous. It's just that they were better at hiding it. But we're seeing another dark, deep trend. Women lying to themselves. Now, there's one thing, lying to a man, lying to someone else, but lying to yourself, where the hell does this come from? So, in today's lesson, that's what we're going to explore. All right, gentlemen, give me a thumbs up in this message. Yes, you ladies as well. Even though you're going to get a little perturbed, stick with me. Stick with me. I'm sure you'll all learn something. Okay? Whether you like it or not, I'm going to show you other women confessing. All right? The idea is whenever I do these videos, I know the message isn't going to hit as deep when a man tells you, ladies, hey, here's the problem. But when another woman spills the beans, yeah, it sinks in a little deeper, doesn't it? So, yeah, let's do it.
Women don't tend to usually take accountability for is the lies they tell themselves. That's the key to what I just said. We say, oh, I'm not a liar because I tell everybody the truth. So why am I attracting a liar, Dr. Stacey? I can go through the commitment you make to yourself on a daily basis and how you lie to yourself. That usually is the breakdown. That's when the light goes off and they go, I have no integrity with myself. And that is why I'm probably getting men who have low integrity. I don't have any integrity, right? Energy attracts energy. It starts with you. And the thing about it is, we're human. Just make another choice. And every day you wake up, try to meet that choice and challenge, because life is challenging, with success.
All right, that was a bunch of word salads, in my opinion. Sure, if you don't have any integrity, you tend to look for other people or attract other people with very little integrity. Smokers always attract other smokers. Liars attract other liars. It's the reality of the world we live in. But one thing I want to basically break down and make very clear. I want to know the reason why women lie to themselves. And this is my understanding of it. Women tend to build a fantasy in their heads about what life is all about. The best man she should have, the best job she should have, the best type of household she should live in. She builds these fantasies and she lives in these fantasies. And she expects her spouse, her boyfriend, whoever it is, she wants them to become part of that fantasy. She wants that person to build themselves. She wants that person to contribute to that fantasy of hers. And a lot of the time, women are deeply disappointed. And that's one of the main reasons why women divorce 70 to 90% of the time. Because the fantasy that she's built in her head was never fulfilled. Now, that's one of the reasons. But we're going to keep going because I got quite a few other women that are confessing.
Your circumstances can change. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Here are the 3 biggest lies that single women tell themselves. Let's go. Number 1, the right man will accept me as I am. A lot of single women will say things like, the right man is going to love me for me, so I'm not changing for anybody. But they use that as an excuse to justify their undesirable traits. Mature, healed women do not operate this way because they're not intimidated by accountability and their own self-growth if it means finding the right partner. They understand that if they want to meet a good man, that could mean doing some work on themselves. I can promise you the right man is not going to take you as you are. If as you are means you're bitter, entitled, and you lack emotional maturity. Number 2.
I heard no lies there, my friends. I heard no lies there. Did you? I have nothing else to fill. I can't add to that, really. Let's listen to number 2.
Number 2, you won't have to work for the right man. Ladies, please understand, if you want a good man, there is absolutely work that is involved. Thinking a good man is going to walk into your life and start moving mountains for you without you doing anything in return is one of the biggest lies that single women tell themselves. Now let me be clear. Work doesn't necessarily mean you're cooking and cleaning and shining his shoes every day, but he is going to want some effort from you too. He's going to want your femininity, your softness, and to know that he's appreciated. Real men love spoiling their woman. They love being that fixer and that go-to person in your life, but that consistency and effort has to work both ways.
Ooh, she's cooking. She's cooking. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. She said it a lot better than I did. Women build this fantasy in their head, and the man has to meet that fantasy. And if he does not meet that fantasy, she's out. And this is where the problem come in. When a woman has gone through enough relationships, bodies, she then starts to compare her world to all of the different bodies she's had. But she's had Tom, Dick, and Harry, Bob, Jeff, and all of these. And what she's doing is she's going to pick the best traits from each and every single one of these men. And the ultimate guy, the last guy that she settled down with, must fulfill the traits on every single one of those men. And for some reason, if the man doesn't fulfill that or maintain that, she's out. Women have to deal with what you call the paradox of choice. You ever walk down the cereal aisle and there's thousands, well, not thousands, but there are literally 50, 60 different types of cereal on the shelf. For those women who have had many varieties of cereal in her young years, right? And all of a sudden, she's getting older. She knows she got to settle for some good, solid, wholesome oats. Nothing exciting about it at all, right? She know that that's healthy for her. That's the best option for her. That will take her to the end of life. Cleaning out those colons, it's good. It's healthy. It's good fiber. So she settles for the oats. But oats, regardless if it's good for you or not, oh, that's bland, man. Whew. If I don't have blackberries and blueberries and strawberries and bananas and all these other things that I put with my oats, I don't think I'd be able to just stomach it on its own. But those are the things that you would bring into your relationship with your oats. But you don't give up the oats. You eat the damn oats. You make sure that you have fun with your oats. But you don't run back to all of the bloody sweet cereal that you used to consume in your younger years, when your body could digest that shit. No, you stick with your oats. That is what women have a problem with. How does this come back to the lie that they tell themselves? They try to tell themselves that, hey, the oats isn't it, and I must change the oats and put in some other flakes. That's her cheating. That's her getting out there and trying to eating some of that junk stuff that she's had, but telling herself, I still got my oats.
And number 3, last but not least, all of the lies we tell ourselves about what we really want and deserve. There are a lot of women out there who think they deserve less than they actually do. These women lie to themselves all of the time, and they try to convince themselves that the half-ass effort they're getting from a man is enough. On the opposite end, you have women who think they deserve way too much, and they have unrealistic expectations of what they should be looking for in a man. These women also care more about the aesthetic of a relationship versus the actual relationship itself. Just remember, ladies, some of the biggest lies we tell in life are the lies we tell ourselves. The sooner you're honest with yourself, the sooner your circumstances can change.
I hate when women use this word deserve. We don't deserve shit. Nobody deserves anything. That's the biggest lie women tell themselves. I hear this crap all the time. Well, I deserve a top man. I deserve the best this. I deserve. What the hell do you deserve? You don't deserve anything that you haven't worked for. You earn the best. You earn what you work for. Whatever effort you put into being a better person, that reward should be bestowed upon you. You don't deserve anything that you haven't earned, my friends. And ladies, you got to get that in your head, because you just sound really stupid when you keep saying, I deserve a man. No one deserves a man. No one deserves a woman. Whatever woman that you put in the effort to please, to serve, that's the woman that you get. And vice versa. Any man that you put an effort in to please and to serve, that's the man you deserve, because you earn that. But don't give me this crap that you must manifest some man that you deserve. No one deserves another human being, or anything for that matter that you haven't worked for. So this is just a lie that women tell themselves.
Is he lying to you, or are you lying to yourself? Come here. Let's be honest, beautiful women. It's your biological clock ticking. It's the societal pressure. It's the illusion in your head. Those fantasies in your brain. That's what is messing with you. Oftentimes, men did not do you anything. Yes. Oftentimes, you just hurt yourself with all the myth that you create. A lot of women live with how it's supposed to be, not how it is. Some of you see the reality, but you close your eyes to your fantasies. I just want to remind you that he didn't really break your heart. You broke your own heart with your own lies. Women are one of the biggest liars. They don't just lie, they lie to themselves. So here is me reminding you that most times all those hurt, all those pain, you cry, you wallow in, it's not men. It's just you lying to yourself. I'm sorry. The truth hurts. I'm sorry.
Woo! She said it. I didn't. She said it. But she's right. This goes back to my first statement. Women create fantasies in their heads. They lie to themselves and then cry victim when those fantasies haven't been fulfilled by a man. Then they blame the man for lying, when most of the time the man is just bullshitting her on her lie. You think I'm the most beautiful girl in the world? Yeah, baby, sure you're most beautiful. You like my ass in this dress? Yeah, baby, of course. That's a nice ass. You think these nails are gorgeous? Oh my God, it took me like 4 hours today. Oh, click, 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 click. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? Oh, baby, those are beautiful. What about my weave? You like my weave? You like my weave? You like my... Jesus. Men, we get pulled into this shit. And the second we tell them the truth, we're the bad person. Oh, you're just a hater. You're just trying to bring me down. You just this. You're just a narcissist. You don't want me to feel good. You don't want... They want the freaking lie, and men have to come on board with that lie. And men get sick of it. We're sick of going into their fantasy with them. It's exhausting. Then you blame these men. Men freaking tell each other. So, boss, what do you think? My shirt open and a little oil on my chest. Boss, you look gay. Stop that shit. Are you gay? Stop it. What do you think of these pants, man? Make me look. It makes you look like a retard. Go and change your pants. That's what men do to each other. We are brutally honest. But the fantasies that we have to freaking uphold in women's head just to get along with you all, exhausting.
Women don't have a problem communicating as long as the problem is outside of her. You see what I'm saying? When we get to talking about communication, a lot of women are open as hell to it when you complaining to her about your homeboy who not doing right, or you complaining to her about your career that may not be going how you wanted to go. But when she's the issue, the communication don't be as back and forth. It don't be as open. It don't be like it should be. Now all of a sudden it's super defensiveness. Now all of a sudden you're not letting me finish sentences. Now all of a sudden it becomes a bunch of resistance.
Okay, so let's talk about it. The same way that you say that that as men, y'all want women to create a safe space for y'all, sometimes you have to do that for us too. So just like y'all want us to cut up things in sizes that's digestible for y'all, maybe y'all can tell us things in ways that's digestible for us as well.
In other words, lie to us. Like I just said, the second a woman is under any degree of scrutiny and we tell you the truth, we gotta cut it up into digestible pieces so that it can be absorbed by her. In other words, bullshit her. That is what men have to do to get around women's freaking fantasies. It's exhausting.
A woman who lies to you, betrays you, hides things, or is in any other way dishonest to you does not have a right to call you insecure. That is a mentally abusive manipulation tactic used on you, the victim. She does this to avoid accountability and to place blame on you. It's not an insecurity issue on your part. It's a betrayal and lying issue that makes her untrustworthy. If she can't grow up, take accountability and responsibility for her actions and change, then you didn't do anything wrong and you need to leave. Sorry, but it's that simple. Because real love doesn't cause confusion. If you find yourself asking if she actually loves you, the answer is probably no. Because when you really love someone, you want to make them feel secure in your relationship and you care about the way that you make them feel. You should feel safe and secure, but dealing with a female narcissist will leave you feeling the opposite. You're either questioning if she loves you or making excuses for her behaviors. Ultimately, she will leave you feeling unloved, and she counts on this feeling to continue to have control over you.
Once again, I heard no lies told. No lies told. I'm just glad another woman is just confessing to these issues. Gentlemen, this is another learning moment for you. Ladies, you have to realize that the gig is up. We know you do this to us. Change the playbook. Just become honest. Just ask a man to be a man. You be a lady. Take criticism from a man. Take it with a constructive mindset, not with a mindset that he's trying to be destructive or be disrespectful. Men are men that will tell you the honest truth. Simple. And that's the only way you can build good, long-lasting relationship. Living in a lie, having to tiptoe around your woman's feelings because you don't want to hurt her feelings, and she lives in this fantasy world. It's just like these women who every single video you see them in, they're wearing a filter, like this last lady. It's a filter to the point where they don't even know what they look like in real life. Most women don't even believe that they look that bad because they always wear makeup. They are constantly living a lie. They live in a fantasy world. We have to deal with the fact that she has created a world that we have to live in, and it's exhausting.
Reality is, a lot of men will say, she lied to me in the beginning. She was so good. She was so good. She lied to me. She lied to me. She lied to me. Women never, ever, ever lie. Never do they lie. They might not say the truth, but they always show you the truth. Every woman that you've been with that has hurt you, used you, cheated on you, stolen from you, whatever it is, she showed you her red flags from day one. You chose to ignore them. And myself included. We show men all of our red flags. Now we pick the man that allows us to get away with the most nonsense. Now, if you don't have many red flags as a woman, what will happen is you attract a man with really clear boundaries. What will happen is a man with boundaries can only be with a woman who doesn't have many red flags because they're a perfect match. She doesn't do too much. He doesn't tolerate too much. They work really well. But a woman filled with red flags will only select a man who's filled with low self-esteem. She will find a man who doesn't know how to exert his boundaries, doesn't know how to look for red flags, and doesn't know how to stand up for himself. That's the man she will select.
There is some measure of truth, but there is another type of woman that she missed. Women are incredibly gifted at being manipulative. And yes, she might show the man some red flags, but women are very good at concealing themselves. They're very good at concealing their true intentions. In other words, deception is not a red flag, because if you can't see the deception because the woman is very good at hiding it, it is not a red flag. It could be a red if you want to define it as a red flag hidden under the ground, or a red flag that no one is waving. I don't know what you want to call it. The bottom line is, if she's very good at hiding herself, her true nature, it's not a red flag, my friend. And that's what a lot of women are very good at. Yes, she will wave the titties in your face and the coochie and she will distract you. Then that's different. But there's just certain women that are very gifted at hiding it. Most women can't hide it for long. Over time, it will rear its ugly head. But usually by then, it's too late. Man's married, kids. Deep into the marriage, 10, 15 years later, divorce comes. He's screwed. All right, my friends, listen. This is just another teaching moment, my friends. Subscribe. Go over, join our community over on askanolderman.com or book a chat. Let's have a conversation. If you guys have YouTube channels that you would like me to actually join you on, I'd be happy to do that as well. I'm going to start putting a lot more time and effort into YouTube, so I'm here. So until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. See you in the next one. Cheers.